Hello there, my Capricorn collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. Sitting down to begin your reading, you know what you were getting? Capricorn, what's up, my loves? Doo-dah, doo-dah. What the fuck? All this weird-ass game playing vibes with you. Ooh, basis of it is the Ace of Pentacles. The goose that lays the golden egg. Hasn't laid an egg in a minute. Uh-oh. What's up with the creativity vibe? I feel like for some of you that's a positive if you're not sharing your dreams or goals with an ex or somebody that you used to know. So, mindful of the cross watchers. Cross watchers is also pulling a cock blockers vibe. What this is giving like chicken, Cornish hens, guinea fowl, turkeys, wild turkeys. What are you doing? Yeah, it's game bird vibes. It's game bird vibes. Literally or metaphorically, if you're a hunter or you're a foodie. So there's the Four of Wands, there's the Lover's vibe. Look, a lot of you, it's somebody that you used to know, like romantically. I feel like this is a romantic vibe. Ooh, they're in the workplace. Those of you that had a competitive vibe with an ex, before you learn how to compartmentalize your life and have the proper contracts in place and not complicate already complicated situations, keep this in mind. It's a very fertile energy with you. The goose that lays the golden egg, but you haven't laid an egg in a minute. But not really. I just don't think you're letting everybody know what the hell it is that you're focused on. Yeah, you're just kind of doing your own thing. Interesting with the cross-watcher vibes. This would be you being very proactive with a lot of opportunities that you are kind of creating for yourself or that you are interested in. There definitely isn't a one-size-fits-all type of a vibe with you. Yeah, there's the Page of Pentacles. Oddly enough, this is given like iron vibes. You're not constipated, or some of you, it's the constipated energy here. Maybe from a creative perspective, or someone isn't. the goose has stopped laying the golden eggs, is basically it. There's the Leo vibe. Expect this to continue for a little while. You're definitely being catfished, so do pay attention to that. You keep getting that song, somebody that you used to know. Those of you, an ex is a bad idea. An ex is a bad idea. An ex is a bad idea. Three of Wands there to the Seven of Swords. You either understand that, or that's going to be a mistake or a flaw in your plan moving forward. And definitely mindful of any contracts. Definitely mindful of any contracts. See, you're pulling that weird, your energy always gives, like, maybe you're in finance, or maybe you're in marketing, or maybe you do something that's most people might consider a tad bit boring. You could be a computer programmer. You could do, it's kind of like the work that you do is interesting for you, but maybe not for everybody else. You always carry a group vibe. So I feel like you're definitely used to working in a group situation until you're not working in that group situation or you're not sharing your dreams or goals with that group. So take what's yours and leave what's not on this. And this is very specific to the work that you do. And you either understand it or you don't. Some of you should be taking some classes. Some of you taking classes or teaching classes or brushing up on skills or looking at things from a completely different perspective here. This is pulling an interesting engineering vibe as well. So those of you that like engineering, the goose isn't laying the golden egg anymore. Ace of Pentacles. There's a, yeah, you got a cross-watcher vibe. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it's somebody that you used to know. King of Swords. Ooh, the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. Some of you, it's that lover's vibe. But I feel like it's somebody that you used to be rather close to. It feels like a partner that you were in competition with. So it was someone that did the same thing that you do. And even within that relationship or partnership, the work, literally the work that you did, you were in competition with the work that you did. Date on the periphery of, and don't bring that competitive energy into your interpersonals. Some of you, this is those of you that you started a business with the person you were dating or a person you were romantically involved with and you didn't have the proper contracts in place or things were great. Some of you, if you started working for the company, a family business vibe here. Because Capricorn, I do feel like some of you could really fuck up what should have been a perfect opportunity. But you were able to get out of that contract. You were able to get out of that situation. See, now you're pulling a weird Virgo vibe. Like no one wants to be in competition with you. That's why it's the perfect time for you to be interviewing and auditioning. Dating, date if you want to date. I feel like you should be able to make that choice. And if you don't feel like you're able to make that sensible choice right now, then I don't feel like you're going to be dating. Some of you, you should be busy focusing on achieving a dream or goal on your own. But do keep those ideas to yourself. Especially if you're doing a group project or maybe you do a lot of public speaking or you work with a bunch of people that aren't as smart as you. You should have a go-getter attitude. But this is when the go-getter isn't trying to fucking keep everybody else inspired. You know what I mean? So I don't know if this is an independent project for you or some of you creating something on your own that is distinctly different. That's the Aries vibe, the Emperor, the Empress, the boss vibes. So no exes. No exes. No exes. Thank you, Spirit. The Tower, androgynous, ambiguous, Ten of Cups. There's the Four of Cups. There's Scorpio. There's Sagittarius. There's the Five of Swords. There's the Chariot vibe. The Chariot harkens back to this Six of Cups energy. I feel like a lot of this is romance-based. Or it was like a friends with benefits type of a vibe. More so than maybe a friendship. Because that's what complicated the relationship or partnership. And someone wants to keep that complicated, they want to keep that complicated vibe with you, which is basically to limit your options or limit your opportunities. You're the clever one. You're the clever one. Kind of feels like a Cancer wants to play you for a fool, but you're smarter now. Damn, you're pulling a weird-ass Virgo vibe on this. Because honestly, that Cancer energy with that fool is given the movie The Runaway Bride. That's why dating for you, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be like shift shapers when it comes to you. They're going to appear to be exactly what it is that you're looking for because they need your they need your inspiration. If you've wanted to do motivational speaking or like a podcast vibe, one or two of you could be a podcaster because you do pull a podcaster energy, but I don't know if you listen to a lot of podcasts or that's something that you're interested in. You pull a really interesting work vibe that I love for you, Capricorn, but for most people it's probably rather boring. So the people that you would want to meet that you would be really impressed by are people that probably most people have no idea what the fuck it is that they do. Finance, marketing, engineering. Some of you could be computer programmers. Damn, Capricorn. The best choice for you is just stay focused on what you're doing. I mean, honestly. Now, I think you're meeting a lot of people who are going to definitely appear like they are exactly what you're looking for. But mindful that they're not as, like a fake as fuck type of a vibe. You're pulling Virgo. If you've got strong Virgo or Virgo rising, Virgo moon, or you're a Virgo cross-watching for Capricorn rising or Capricorn moon, pay attention to that. What's between the Lovers and the Two of Cups right there? Yeah, the Three of Cups. Look, be friends, date them, work with them, but compartmentalize those relationships or partnerships. And some of you avoid the family business vibe. I don't know if that's you or that's someone that you're dating or someone that you're meeting or someone that you're talking to that is interested in a family business or a smaller vibe. Yeah, that's Virgo's energy. Getting out of the smaller company and going into more of a corporate situation with you. Boy. I love this energy. Thank you, Capricorn. When you reach that success, don't forget us. The Knight of Wands there to the Five of Cups. Yeah, you've been there, done that. None of this should be new or interesting. You don't, I mean, the vibe with you, I don't feel like you're even interested in any failed options or failed opportunities. I don't feel like you're someone that's going to cry over spilt milk. You know what I mean? Or you're not going to whine over spilled wine. You know what I mean? WHINEWINA. Ooh, someone's a wordsmith. Clever, clever, clever. Ooh. Some of you, those shitty fucking contracts. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Something or someone is constipated, but I don't feel like you are. And it's given like the iron vibe. And this is interesting with this Seven of Wands. You see the healthy heart, and there you have the hand like pumping iron. Look, some people don't deserve your best ideas, your best concepts, and whatever the hell it is that you're doing. Are you giving a presentation or are you listening to a presentation? There's the Page of Pentacles. Someone's under a time crunch when it comes to something. That's why be mindful of someone that wants to kind of speed something along or kind of speed you along, or there's something here. Someone's under a time crunch. But you've stepped out for a little sabbatical. I don't know why the fuck you're giving runaway bride energy, but this is definitely giving runaway bride. And Those of you, if you watch the movie and you understand how she kind of, it's the breakfast thing with her, right? She didn't know how she wanted her eggs, how she liked her eggs. It's kind of given that vibe. And for some of you Capricorns, you may find yourself trying to figure out what exactly is you, and not who you were in that relationship or partnership. And those of you meeting people that are way too fucking amicable, they're going to seem way too good to be true. So some of you could get stuck, or you could miss out on some times or some options or some opportunities, because it's kind of like a catfishing energy. But for some of you, it's just someone that's a little too adaptable. They want to veer you towards an opportunity that's going to benefit them or benefit those that they are in relation to. So with the Sagittarius, the Temperance Angel showing up, this is the company that wants to recruit you. But it kind of feels the difference between a smaller company and going to a bigger corporation. Well, I don't know what the fuck you do for work, but you need to take that cleverness and I don't know. I don't know if you're doing something new or you should be doing something new. Queen of Cups here with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is someone that's kind of fake as fuck. This is giving the All About Eve vibes. So, those of you with the new assistants, or those of you that aren't as dependent upon your assistant as you used to, those of you that scheduling time or you're scheduling meetings without your assistant knowing, those of you, if you take a new position, you always know you're going to have to micromanage your team until you decide who you're going to keep, who's going to be more faithful to the person that position you filled, until you get your own sort of core people in there that you trust. If you don't trust them, on to the next. If you don't trust them, on to the next. On to the next. Ooh, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups. There with the Nine of Cups. Look, I feel like you've made some not so smart choices in the past, and you complicated relationships or partnerships that were already complicated, and then you compounded that by trying to put emotional feelings to it. So again, when it comes to the family business vibe, or if you start dating somebody and they try to veer you into working for their family, or if you're cross-watching for a Capricorn and they want you to work for their I don't know. Be friends with them, date them, work with them, but you kind of don't want to do all three. That's just better for you. Yeah, you've been there, done that. So this would be, you would be making the same mistake over and over again. Mindful of the contracts because someone's in a time crunch. And I don't feel like that's you, Capricorn. I honestly don't feel like that's you. And again, with the dating, I feel like the dating with you, if you trust yourself, you're taking your time with new options or new opportunities. But someone, if you haven't watched The Runaway Bride, the point of that is the scene where she's trying to figure out what eggs that she likes. Because someone, you're not the goose that lays the golden egg anymore. So that's like a metaphor when it comes to you. But don't be giving out those fucking good ideas, especially if there's something you're working on that's new. Now isn't the time. So if you're not feeling confident about that option or that opportunity, kind of postpone or delay. Someone is scheduling meetings that they're not going through their assistant. But I don't know with you if this is a work situation. Look, anyone that's in management knows when you take that new position and you have a bunch of new people that's working underneath you, you have to micromanage them to figure out who's going to be loyal to you and who's going to be loyal to the person whose position you filled. And that's not specific to you, Capricorn. That is just management. That is just management. King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Aquarius Star, there to the Five of Pentacles. You got a Sagittarius or a HR person or someone that works for somebody else. They're kind of a headhunter. So this would be you taking meetings. This would be you, again, interviews and auditions. But for some of you, this might be somebody, if they can't get a business meeting with you, might try to date you and try to, I don't know. You're either going to stay in that smaller company or you're going to go more of a corporate route. At least with the corporate route, you know you're just a name and a number. But if you go with the smaller option or opportunity here, there's way too much politics that has all that messy... for a lot of you, it's the messy emotional shit. So it's not really making a smart business decision. You have to take everybody's fucking feelings into consideration. Or some of you, you'd become a part of a hierarchy that isn't working out anyway, which is why they're interested in you, Capricorn. And that's just going to be way too much work. And for some of you, it's not going to be the payout that I feel like you deserve. Yeah, you're getting a cross-watcher vibe. But honestly, you would be. You would definitely be in this energy. Yeah. Aries is your nemesis. Aries is your Achilles heel. Aries is your kryptonite. That and Sagittarius. Aries always shows up with Sagittarius with that kryptonite energy. Or some of you, it is literally getting out of that hierarchy. There's something here with the smaller company or going to a big corporate vibe. The difference with the corporate energy is there's no emotional vibes to it. Do be mindful, those of you in a new relationship or partnership. You got someone that they're going to mirror everything that you do to kind of come across as being the perfect partner. And it is their runaway bride, but the best part of that movie was when it came to the eggs. Deciding what eggs that she liked. And you're used to the group dynamic. So the group dynamic, you either work with a group, you manage a group, or you're used to conversing in front of a group. That just sort of is what it is. But definitely a no ex, I don't care who the fuck they are, that you were really close to. This isn't like a secondary sort of a vibe shit. This is someone that you had a good working relationship or partnership. Although I do feel like in this situation, you had too much of a competitive vibe. So you both did the same thing, and that carried into your relationship or partnership. Date on the periphery of, but you both should have your own shit going on, so you don't bring that energy into that interpersonal. Boy, good for you, Capricorn. Now isn't the time. But you know this. Keep doing the work. Keep that idea to yourself. Something or someone is constipated. And it's given like the iron vibe. But I like this for you. So this is going to be, maybe some of you are doing more resistance training. Maybe you are pumping iron. I mean, I like this for you. Fuck with you, Capricorn. This could be golfing. Because honestly, you pull that sort of a vibe. Finance, engineering, marketing, programming. You either listen to a lot of podcasters or you should do a podcast. Or you currently have a podcast. All right. Peace, love, and light. Good luck. God bless, Capricorn. You are going to meet a lot of people who would seem to be the perfect partner for you. But really pay attention to how authentic they are, or are they just mirroring you? I forget who had that. Was it Aries? Or Pisces? No, it was a Pisces. If you're dealing with the Pisces, look at the Pisces reading, where you know who they dated. by how they looked. So they literally are going to be too good to be true, because it literally is. They are too good to be true. And those of you, if they're familiar with the work that you do, or it's like someone wants to poach you for an option or an opportunity, but I don't feel like you're taking meetings. Or if you interviewed with them or they interviewed you, you're like, nah, you're good. So you passed up on a situation anyway. Damn, Capricorn. So many people would love to have this lucky, positive energy in their readings. Go be happy and go do your thing, Capricorn. Peace, love, and light.